Hello again, welcome to our look at the weather forecast weekend next week, courtesy of netweather.tv. And let me be the first to wish you all a very happy new year and a very prosperous 2012. Very important year, of course, with the Queen's Jubilee, Olympics and everything else. Now, Christmas, as I promised you several weeks before, turned out to be exceptionally mild, one of the mildest, I think, on record. And it does look as if, likewise, the New Year looks like being very mild as well. Certainly not a white New Year anywhere, except maybe on the Scottish mountains or something like that. In fact, I can't see any cold weather in the foreseeable future, so that's sticking my neck out and say 10 to 15 days or so. Anyhow, it's a very changeable, very unsettled looking picture. If we have a look at the surface level pressure, you can see that there's low after low with attendant frontal systems. Some very deep, incidentally. They are moving across the Atlantic and then passing between Scotland and Ireland before moving on into Scandinavia. And mild air is, as a result of that, flooding right into Europe and even right into Russia. Moscow, unusually for the time of year, is seeing temperatures above freezing. Incidentally, as some of those areas of low pressure come across, because they're going to be some quite vicious ones again, we are going to be troubled by a repeat of severe gales, maybe even storm force winds with 70-mile-an-hour gusts or so in some northern areas. Now, the temperature of the atmosphere tells us just how changeable it's going to be, because in the next few days into next week, we alternate between mild and cool. We alternate between the milder orangey colours and the cooler greeny blue ones. Again, you notice how the mild air or milder air is sweeping right into Russia and even beyond towards Scandinavia, towards Siberia. The only cold weather to be found is across Labrador and Greenland, and of course it is that pool of cool air that's helping to feed these depressions that are moving across the British Isles. So on a day-to-day basis, we start on Friday. The day should start fine in most places. Some showers though around western facing coast. But wind and rain will reach Northern Ireland and western parts around dawn or by dawn, and then the whole country by about tea time. And some of the rain can be quite heavy too, and it's going to be preceded by some snow on the hills in the north. Clearer weather, but still with showers, will spread from the west during the course of the evening. Now, under that rain is going to feel quite cold and raw, but away from it temperatures will be close to normal, and the rain will be introducing a spell of milder air, so the temperatures will probably rise late in the day. On Saturday it looks like being mostly cloudy and windy with rain in places, especially in the west and again in the north. It's going to be a much milder day too, temperatures into double figures in many places. Some bright intervals to be found if you're really lucky in the more sheltered eastern areas, but then on the other hand there will be another band of more persistent rain affecting some western parts later on. Sunday looks like being a cloudy, windy day, a mild one too, and again some rain in places. This becoming quite persistent and heavy across a good part of England, Wales and Northern Ireland, whereas Scotland by and large stays in the clearer air with a continuation of sunny intervals and scattered showers, and some of the showers wintry over the hills. And other places will probably get rather more showery weather later on. There could well be gales blowing up during the course of the day. On Monday, well, by that time another weather front would have moved away the mild air and reintroduced the cooler air. So it's going to be a cool day with a strong northwesterly wind, and there'll be some showers around, especially in the west, where some could well turn out to be wintry. There'll be sunny spells in the more sheltered eastern areas. And then the pattern repeats itself. The cold air gets shoved out of the way and the warm air comes back. So on Tuesday, more rain spreading from the west. Again, there'll be gales, even severe gales in places. And as the day wears on, it will be turning milder virtually everywhere. So the temperatures are up and down like a yo-yo, and the rain is on and off right the way through the next few days. In fact, for the middle and latter part of next week, it remains unsettled, often mild, wet and very windy. The best of any dry and bright weather probably in the southeastern corner of England. Well, that's all from me for the time being. I'll be back in 2012 with your next forecast, but as I said at the beginning, I hope you have a very happy and prosperous New Year. Goodbye for now.